This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Daily Herald.
We're here at Waubonsie Valley with baseball head coach Bryan Acevedo on a nice day out today. Finally get some break, right?
Yeah.
So how you doing today?
Doing well, thanks.
So you guys just got done with the series against Nequa, obviously a rivalry series. Didn't go your way.
Yeah.
But what did you learn about your team?
Yeah, we learned quite a bit. Alex Schramm threw the ball well on Saturday. The wind, as crazy as it was against a very good offensive team, he kept him at bay for the 4 innings he was in there. So we know that he's got the potential to be the ace that we know he is. And, Will Isdell threw the ball real well yesterday, Monday. So that was encouraging to see. We picked up the ball real well. We gotta swing it a little bit better.
When you see a team like Nequa and you know that you're going to be in for a fight, what do you tell you guys going into a series like that?
Yeah, every year that's a big one, obviously, for our guys. It's one they want to get. In the last couple of years, we've been able to get them. If you play good baseball against good teams, you've got a shot to win. And they've got a very good team over there. They've got a special group of guys. They're a tough team to beat, and we hung with them a little bit there. Some of the scores, the second game score doesn't really show that, but
right.
We learned a lot about ourselves moving forward. Obviously the result wasn't what we wanted it to be, but we move on from there. It's 3 games, and we've got to get better here moving down the stretch.
Still a lot of baseball to play. I mean, You're only midway through the season. So what are some of those things that you're going to have to work on to really find that groove and get some wins?
Yeah, offensively, we've kind of shown spurts of being where we want to be, and then we faced some decent pitching that's been able to shut us down a little bit and made it difficult for us to do what we need to do to score some runs. So I think moving forward, that's a big piece of our team. Our pitchers have gone out and they've thrown the ball well for us this year, and that was kind of a big question mark for us coming in. So that's kind of where, as we move forward, the pitching can stay where they're at, and if our hitters can pick it up a little bit, I think we've got a solid ball club.
You kind of led me right into that with the question mark being the pitching staff, obviously with Brandon and Jason leaving graduation-wise. Who are some of the guys that you're leaning on to really step up this year?
Yeah, we've got 14 games in now, and we've thrown more pitchers, I think, almost combined in this year than we have in the past 2 years. But I think what we may not have at the upper echelon, we do have a lot of depth of quality arms. Alex Schramm is kind of anchoring the staff, and Will Isdell's getting his innings. Zach Laws has stepped up into a bullpen type of guy. Drew Gray got a nice start against Lake Park. We ended up winning the game there in the 7th last week, so he's been a big addition. Jake Claff, the sophomore, he's been a little bit banged up, but he's healthy now, so we're looking for big things from him as we move forward here. So.
And Saturday's game notwithstanding, obviously, because of what the weather was like, but you guys have a pretty nice outfield with Connor, Matt Oliver, and Zach Laws out there, 3 nice arms. Oliver's making plays left and right out there in center field. How nice is it to see defensively that you can depend on them to really shut it down in the outfield?
Yeah, our outfield is kind of like that no-fly zone. We've got a lot of speed in the outfield, and they get some good jumps between. There's 4 of them out there. Zach Laws and Eric Ash, Matt Oliver, and Connor Yukna, those 4 guys have done a really nice job for us defensively. Obviously we don't want the balls hitting the air, but when they do, usually it finds a glove for us. So.
And for you being in your 3rd year as a head coach here, you've had 2 straight conferences, 3 for the school. Do you lean on any of that success for this team going forward?
Yeah, every team is different. As you mentioned, we graduated the likes of Brandon Peterson and Jason Neville, Quentin Zilke, Jacob Hennessy, Danny Miller last year, 5 quality arms that we had that were seniors, and most of those guys are playing in college, which is a tribute to them. So every team is made a little bit different. Obviously, having the success in our senior group now, having a taste of that last year, we lean on that a little bit. But each team, the way we're going to coach it and the way we're going to attack the game is a little bit different. So.
I don't want to say rebuilding because I don't feel like you can actually rebuild in high school when you only have most of the time 2-year players. Yeah. So how do you retool the lineup and make sure that you are consistently a threat in the DVC?
Yeah, that's obviously our goal here is to be a top-notch program that's competitive every year. And in order to do that, you've got to get buy-in from the kids. You've got to develop them at younger ages. And then when they get to the varsity level, you got to start putting the pieces together and figure out where everybody fits and go out and compete.
I believe it's been a decade plus since Waubonsie's been to the state tournament, and really we haven't seen a Naperville or Aurora school really compete at that level in quite some time. So what does it take to kind of bring baseball back to the Naperville area?
Yeah, for us, and we've won 2 straight conference championships and haven't won a regional in that time. We won one 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So I think personally I'm still trying to figure that out myself, but there's a lot of quality baseball in this area, and with Nequa and Naperville Central, 2 quality programs as well, along with Naperville North and Matia. Baseball is just that crazy game where anybody can kind of beat anybody on any given day, and a lot of it comes down to pitching matchups and who kind of finds a way to scratch across a couple runs. To me, baseball is the hardest one to win a state title, and you gotta get a little lucky, and you gotta have some talent.
Now, you guys made some improvements to the ballpark here. What have you liked about, I guess, the new additions with the screens and such?
Yeah, we've done quite a bit here in the last 2.5 years. We've upgraded our dugouts, our bullpen areas, the scoreboard, and our backstop. It's kind of nice. I think that was probably the original one that we replaced. It was like a T-ball backstop with a lot of openings. We talk about being a first-rate program, and I think our facilities are now starting to show some of that. So. We're thankful the district helped us out quite a bit here in some of those projects, or in the backstop projects. So moving forward, we're looking to continue to do some work and add some batting cage area on our first base or third base side moving forward. So we want to kind of get this to a top flight facility.
Does it make it nicer for the guys to come out to practice and see the facility and the upgrades and feel better about coming out to practice every day?
Yeah, I think there definitely has something to do with it. It's the what is it, dress good, play good, or whatever it is.
Right.
I think especially kids these days, they kind of buy into that kind of thing, and if you've got nice things, they feel better about it. So.
How much have you leaned on your seniors this year to really step up and lead this team?
Yeah, we've got a few guys that have kind of stepped up in that leadership role. Whether it's more do as I do, not as I say. We don't have a ton of vocal leadership. Connor Euchnis kind of stepped up vocally. He's a pretty quiet guy, but when things need to be said, he's kind of been the guy to step up and do that. We've got, Chris Ralph is a leader by example. The guy busts his butt. He's the first one at the ballpark. So I think that is something our junior class, can learn from and grow from.
You're midway through the season. What are your expectations for the rest of the season at this point?
Yeah, I think, putting a number on anything, I think that was asked that question a couple of years ago. And we don't have a number. It's a matter of playing good baseball. And we want to peak at the right time. I think the last couple of years, obviously, we've played really good baseball, and then we've gotten to the postseason, and things haven't necessarily gone our way. I think our big goal this year is to continue to get better, get that offense going, get our pitchers on track, and come June or whenever the regional starts here, we're playing our best baseball.
Coach Acevedo, thank you for joining me today. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.